Welcome to the Elite Podcast Network, home of the #1 independent wrestling coverage, available on iTunes, Stitcher, blogtalk Radio, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Follow us on Twitter at Elite Podcast Net and join the revolution now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WrestlingHeads Radio. You got Skits, and I'm live here with Oscar. What is going on, man?
Not much, man. Hey, did you miss me on Monday? Because I'm sure you have, and the listeners have all missed me. You know you missed me, man.
It definitely was kind of dry without you on here on Monday, but you're back, and we have a pretty big show here today here on Thursday's show.
Yeah. There's a lot of shows that happen, even SmackDown even happened today, but we don't have to talk about SmackDown right now, okay?
Let's introduce our special guest. We actually, me, myself, I had a chance to meet her at the AWS show, the last show that they had down in Southgate. We want to welcome Thunder Rosa. What's going on?
Hey guys, how are you?
Everything's good. Everything is good. How's everything going on with you?
Busy, man. I can't believe that I'm still awake. It's been really crazy.
For those that are not,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. For those that are not familiar with Thunder Rosa, I know she wrestles down in the NorCal area. She's from that area. Also, you know what? I'm gonna have you tell the listeners more about yourself. You wanna tell us?
Yeah. Well, basically, I live in Oakland. I wrestle in Northern California mainly. Gold Rush, APW, GGP. I've been wrestling for, what's today's date? Let me check. Is it 8th? In 2 days, it will be a year since I debuted. I train at Gold Rush, APW, and also I train at East Bay right now. I'm a traveler. I'm always on the road. I'm a road dog, pretty much. I have a lot of passion for this business, and I don't know what else you guys want me to say. I'm pretty new to this, and I'm really excited.
Yeah. So tell us on how you guys started. Like, when did you decide to train? Were you a fan growing up when you were young?
No, not really. No, I mean I watched Lucha Libre, but not to the point in where I heard I was listening to Sasha Banks in the Jericho show, and she was saying that she always knew that she wanted to be a wrestler. That wasn't my case. I went to school. I got my degree. I started working. I had a normal life, quote unquote. And then one day I just decided that, there was something missing in my life. And after, going to different shows, indie shows here in the Bay Area, especially APW at Hayward, California, in the garage, I decided that after my manager encouraged me to do a tryout, to join, and I did the tryout. And after the tryout, I started training outside of the ring to conditioning, and then I joined later on. I paid. I really haven't told the story. So before you could pay like up front. It was like they give you a deal or whatever. So I paid like almost $3,000, and this is before my training started, right? Unfortunately, Roland Alexander passed away, and with that, my $3,000 were gone, and no training. So I was pretty devastated. Yeah, I was pretty devastated, and Sparky Ballard and other people were talking about, they were going to open in a new school, so they will continue with the legacy of APW. So, I put all my eggs in that basket, and, it was me and other 3 guys who, lost their money. But we didn't lost our dream, to become pro wrestlers. So we decided to train with them full time. So I've been training at the Gold Rush ever since. And now I go to East Bay Pro from time to time here in Concord, California. Like I said, I just train whatever I go, because I've been like I said, I've been traveling too much. So, and then I work really far. So, yeah, I'm just doing that. But yeah, that's the story, a little short story.
It's crazy because when I saw you in action against Sage Sin at AWS, I had never known that you've been wrestling only for a year. You said, right?
Yeah, and the interesting part is I was going over my matches with my manager, and before I went to Japan, I had less than 10 matches, man.
Oh wow!
It was pretty, yeah. So I went there and I was like, oh God. Now it's a real deal, right? I was, it was an amazing experience. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about Thunder Rosa and who Thunder Rosa is. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Let me pass the question on to Oscar, because I don't want to take all the questions. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, this was actually not my first question I was going to ask you, but when you said that, going to Japan, you only had 10 matches, how did you end up getting to Japan? Did someone contact you? Did you contact someone that you want to go in Japan? How did that work out?
Well, I was contacted by the president of Stardom USA. I had the opportunity to work one-on-one with her previously. This is before I even debuted. And the opportunity was given to me, they were like, hey, you want to go to Japan? And I was like, yeah, So it was the thing is I only got 1 month to get all my stuff together, my passport, my job set up, everything, So I was able to do it. And I was lucky that, the opportunity was given, and it was 3 months. So everything lined up perfectly. So that's how I ended up going.
Okay. Well, right now when you're saying that they asked you if you want to go to Japan, did you already feel that you're ready to go to Japan, even though you're not that much experience in the ring?
Well, that's a great question. Honestly, it's not about if you're ready. It's about if you can and you are able to take the challenge. I know that the president of Stardom USA knew my shortcomings, but she was pretty confident that I will, rise to the occasion. And where I feel that because of the support that I received from my trainers, Io Shirai, other senpais, and Starfire and Nikki Storm and Chelsea, and Chris Wolf too, we all help each other, and definitely especially Nikki and Starfire, helped me, putting my moveset together to keep me, straight and just keep me focused. So, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I actually did see some of your Stardom matches on Daily Motion. That's pretty much how I could find them. Stardom in Daily Motion. So I've seen some of your matches there, and then I was thinking, okay, because when the international scene in wrestling started, going around, I was thinking, okay, I gotta check out some more Japanese stuff. So I was thinking, okay, they have a women promotion in Japan, so I started checking that out. It's pretty good. And now you guys having a show over here in Los Angeles, in Stardom USA. So how did that come around? Was it like Cheerleaders Melissa's idea to have it here? Like, why did they start having a Stardom show over here in here in the United States?
Rocky Ogawa, he is a very ambitious man, and definitely he leads in women's wrestling. I mean, Stardom is really popular in Japan in general because of, you know, the kind of women that they have on the roster, and plus, you know, he uses the beauty and all the other stuff to, like, to market the wrestlers. So I think him and Cheerleader Melissa have been planning this for a long time, and then it just happens that when I was there, you know, this happened, and they're like, hey, you want to be part of the show? And I was like, whoa, there's going to be a show in the United States? And he's like, yeah, this is going to be the first time, you know. So I think he really wants to, like, expand his market, and having Cheerleader Melissa and now Medusa as, you know, collaborating with him is actually helping Stardom in a great way, because, you know, they wanted to expose more talent from gaijin talent in Japan. And it gives us a great opportunity for us to like, grow as, you know, as workers.
Yeah, definitely. Which let our listeners know, the show is taking place next Friday, October 16th, in Covina, California. If you're in the LA area, it's nearby the 10 freeway, so you could head out there. I'm sure if you have Twitter, you can follow at Stardom USA, if I'm not mistaken, at Stardom USA, and you can check out info, or you could go to the Sunday show, or you could go to both in Baldwin Park, which is not too far from each other. It's nearby the 605 freeway, so you guys could check it out. You have talents like, you know, Thunder Rosa over here. You also have Mia Yim coming down, Nicole Savoy,
Brittany Wonder,
Tatsura, she's going to be there as well.
Santana Garrett.
Yeah, Santana Garrett's going to be there. There's a lot of talent. Cheerleader Melissa, you know, there's a lot of talent in there. Even the talent from Japan, like Chris Wolf, she's going to be there. Starfire, you know, there's a lot of this. Oh, and also former WWE Diva Melina is going to be out there. So, I mean, it's going to be a stacked show. I mean, I suggest anyone listening, just head out there. I'm sure you guys have a great time, and let's fill this place up, you know?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, definitely. Before I pass it on to my co-host, Chris, I just want to say thanks for reminding me getting my passport, because I'm working on getting one, because I want to go to Mexico to check out some lucha libre out there, you know, because I feel like I got some Mexican in me, and I have to go down to Mexico to check out some lucha libre shows. So I got to work. Thanks for reminding me, getting, you know, for the passport thing. All right, go ahead, Skitch.
Yeah, so Stardom USA, as of right now, there is like no matches, booked right now. Do you know who you will be facing that weekend? And if not, is there any girls that's going to be on that roster that you would like to face that weekend?
You know, I don't think they haven't. I don't think they haven't said anything to anybody yet. But yeah, I would like to face, you know, Santana Garrett. I love Santana Garrett. I admire her a lot, and like how she like handles herself in the business, and like I've been getting in contact with her, so I would like love to work one-on-one with her. Definitely, if possible, I would like to tag with Atura and do some like tag team stuff. I don't know. Let's see. I would love to work again with Mayu. I love working with Mayu. She's like one of my favorite matches is with her. She's awesome. She's strong style. I love it. I think they're like some of them.
Yeah, me myself, I'm just super excited to see some of the girls, because I'm not familiar with everybody on this roster. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everybody who's on the roster. Majority of the girls that I know are like the American girls, you know. But, you know, it's always good to watch, you know, new stuff. There's a couple girls that I've seen but I don't know how to say their names because it's real hard to say or whatnot. But I'm definitely looking forward to that weekend. By the way, a friend of mine's, he runs the Stardom Cafe group. He told me to tell you hi. He said that you know him.
Who is it, Alex?
I'm not. Yeah, Ronco. Yeah.
Ronco, yeah, my boy Ronco. Yeah, they were super supportive when I was in Japan. Like, they were following me when I was out for like 4 months because I had a concussion. So they were always like, "Oh, we love Thunder Rosa." And then my friend Sonny, he's also part of the group. He's like, "Hey, the guys asked if you like can record a video for them," and I'm like, "Absolutely." They were super nice, and like I love how they do their rankings and stuff. They're awesome people. But yeah, tell Ron to say hi. I hope he can come.
Yeah, he's definitely listening, and I believe he's gonna be there that weekend. So he's a good friend of mine. So he told me to tell you hi. So I'm pretty sure he's listening. So shout out to him.
I hope so. Hey, tell Ron to buy my shirt, to buy my new shirt. I got all sizes. I'm accepting orders online too.
I might end up getting one myself, you know, because I really don't have that many girl T-shirts here in my room. So
yeah, you should totally get one, man. They're tight.
But I'm gonna go ahead and pass the question on to Oscar because I think he was talking to you about VIP.
Yeah, we got Lucha Libre VIP coming up on the 11th. You're actually going to team up with someone who was on the show a few weeks ago, Datura, and you guys are going to be going against, if I'm not mistaken, Reyes and Sage Shin. If I'm not mistaken.
That's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, we are. It's funny because like, you know, Manuel asked us to like, you know, to like pump up the show and stuff, and then we heard. That's Ray and I were working in Chico, and we heard Ray's promo, and that tour was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So like we cut a promo as a response, and it was just like it was epic, like because it was like real, you know, like some of the stuff it's cool, but it's just like. I don't know. I just really like that promo. I think it's gonna be. I love working with Datura because she's like super easy to work with, and plus she's super creative. So I'm hoping that we're gonna do some really cool double team stuff. And Sage. I mean, I haven't worked with Sage before. I have never worked with Ray like 1-to-1, so that's gonna be interesting too. So I'm hoping that we have a very entertaining match.
Yeah, cause those two have been doing good as of late. Like Reyes just actually was in Tijuana not long ago for the Crash Wrestling. She was over there. I need to check that out.
Yeah, that was on Friday last week.
Yeah. I need to go down there because I'm hearing good stuff about the Crash. I mean, there's a lot of names out there, either from the AAA or guys like B-Boy, Famous B. Now Reyes been going out there now. It's like, okay, you know. Seems interesting, and I have friends that actually went to these shows and recommend me I should go one of these days. It's worth the drive to Tijuana to check it out. So I'm gonna try to check it out. I just need to get a passport and I'll check out some Crash Wrestling out there. You know, it's gonna be some great stuff out there. And as for Sage Shin, she's been going all over the country. She went to she was over there in Indiana not long ago. She's been. And I think she just did Canada. So she's been going around. So and they've been a tag team before. And it's going to be that's going to be a great match. Anybody that's listening, you should also check out Lucha Libre VIP and Pico Rivera. I mean,
I heard some crazy shit about VIP. I believe a fan almost, I guess Captain Comic-Con did a promo. And I want to say they stepped on a flag or something, and a fan of
that was my flag. They wanted to stomp on my flag. I was so mad. It was like, now I haven't even watched it. It's like full of blood and stuff. And they were like, they actually put a video. They put it on the ground right on the ring, and they were about to stomp on it. And one of the guys, I think he's like one of the hosts, he went and ran and like took the flag. and they were just like all mad and stuff. Like the fans, I mean, that's very offensive, you know. Even like I guess if somebody stumps on like the American flag, they will also get very, very upset. But yeah, that has happened before, and what the fans have like come like, what the fuck, you know, like really, really bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I forgot who told me, but I was like, oh wow. They was like, you gotta come. I'm gonna check out VIP soon. I believe Eli Everfly told me. I want to say, but yeah.
Yeah, Eli was at that show, and I heard that the main event it was actually a Lucha Underground versus TNA match, which Cholo went against Tigre Uno, and I heard that was a crazy ass match out there. If I was not mistaken, that was the main event.
Yeah, but they're pretty good workers. Like everybody's like really, really good. The shows are very entertaining.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of great things about Lucha Libre VIP, and it's something everybody should like check out. Like, hey, just go down Pico Rivera, and then just check out the show. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good. It's gonna be October the 11th. Just head down there, and yeah. Oh, especially actually, you know what? It's this Sunday actually. So yeah, just get up there in Pico Rivera and enjoy some Lucha Libre. All right, go ahead, Skid.
Okay, there's another show that I believe is on this Friday. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're gonna be part of the Gold Rush Golden Wolves Showdown on October the 10th.
Oh yeah, it's on Saturday in American Canyon. It's like close by where I'm staying, and I'm gonna be facing Shotzi Blackheart. She primarily works at Hoodslam, and she was actually a NXT candidate.
Tough enough. Tough enough. Yeah.
Yeah, tough enough. Sorry, tough enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This is my very first time wrestling her, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Is this place taking place in Daly City?
What was that again?
Is this show taking place in Daly City?
No, this is not the one in Daly City. The other one that is in like Daly City, San Francisco, is the one in October 30th. That's the APW Halloween show.
Oh, okay. Just make sure. Because I have a cousin live out there. Shout out to Carla, by the way. Yeah, and thanks for having me and Skip here staying over there during WrestleMania week. But yeah, I have family out there in Daly City, so I gotta give a shout out to them.
Yeah, the Gold Rush show gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, I see a couple faces familiar. I want to say, is that Nicole Savoy? I'm not sure. Yeah, that was from the Lady Luck tournament. Okay. No, because I'm looking at the poster. That I thought that was Nicole Savoy on the poster. I may be mistaken, but
yeah, that's not Nicole. That's Lisa Lace.
Oh, okay. Also, I see you're working the day before Halloween on the 30th, APW Halloween Hell, and this card looks pretty stacked. Besides yourself on there, you got MVP, Timothy Thatcher's on the card too. Talk to us about that.
This APW shows are epic, man. Like, they're like the matches are great. The production is great. I want to get to work with Holy Dad. She's from SoCal. It's gonna be fun because we kind of like both have. She's more like a scary gimmick than mine. So
yeah.
I was like, oh my god! I saw that picture. I was like, oh. Then I was like watching some of her videos, and she gets pretty scary. It's actually she's pretty fun. So but we will see. Like the last couple of times that we have been at the APW shows, they've been really good matches. I got to see MVP versus my original coach, Dylan Drake. That was a really good match. What was the other one? The tag team match was really good too. Well, my match, of course, I had a lot of fun. Like I came. That's like one of the few places where I work as heel. And when I came out, everybody was cheering for me. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong here? I'm like being super like mean to all the kids. And there's one kid that hates me because I retired her favorite wrestler, Dave Dutra.
Oh, wow.
Her name is Andrea. It's Steve Coates, That's his dad, and he told me to give him a shout out. West Coast Design, you got it, man. So I came out and I was yelling her name, Andrea. She was like hiding and stuff. It was hilarious. She hates me, and then she came out and was like, "Is Dave Dutra coming back?" And I looked at her. I was like, "No, he's never coming back. So I retire him." But I hate you. And last year she actually cut a promo saying that she was gonna, end my career because I retired her favorite wrestler. So I'm still waiting, Yeah. So every time I see her, I was like, "So when are you gonna retire me? I'm waiting for you." She's like, "I don't know. I need to be older." I'm like, "All right, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for you." So yeah, that went really well. The match went really well. I got to do some different stuff that I haven't done because I'm never a heel. And it went pretty over. The fans were really happy, and you got a really good feel for MVP. Believe it or not.
Yeah, definitely. Folks, check out APW on the 30th. And
if I'm not mistaken, does APW always stream their shows on YouTube? I'm not mistaken, right?
They do, and Gold Rush, our shows are also streamed on YouTube. So if you guys get a chance, and I know that you guys are all the way in LA and everywhere in the United States, if you guys want to watch the shows, please make sure you subscribe to Gold Rush and to watch the shows for Gold Rush, and for APW do the same.
See, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And not only just for us who live in Los Angeles, maybe people like from New York listening, whatever. If they want to check it out, there you go. Subscribe on YouTube and check out some APW right there. I mean, they've been having some great talent up there in the Daly City area. So yeah, just get there and check it out. Just check out some great wrestling.
Yeah, like they're gonna be surprised about the production that we have in both shows. It's like no other. I think we do a pretty good job on that.
Definitely. I know it's Oscar's question, but I have a question. What's the meaning behind Godzilla, the Godzilla toy that you usually have?
Well, I was trying to get myself over in Japan, and that was when I had the concussion, so I wasn't like wrestling or anything. So I was posting about my recovery and stuff, and then my manager I bought a Godzilla for my manager because he's like in love with Godzilla. And then he came up with the idea. He was like, "How about you like start taking pictures with Godzilla like every place that you go to?" So I started doing that, and then him and a very good friend of mine, they were like, "Oh, we got an idea." And I was like, "What is this?" It's like, "How about we have Nikki cut a promo that she's in love with Godzilla?" And I was like, "That sounds fun." So I asked Nikki, I was like, "Hey, Nikki, you wanna do this?" And she's like, "Yeah, why not?" So she cut the first promo with Godzilla saying that Godzilla was this and Godzilla was that, and then she cut another promo that Godzilla is a gentleman, and then like she was like, "Oh yeah, he's drinking with me. He's like opening the door for me." And then we did the whole gimmick that Godzilla was cheating on her, and then I just like it just went from that to like what it is now. So like he goes with me everywhere. Like I took him to Mount Fuji and everything.
I definitely was gonna ask you if I could take a photo with the toy. I actually thought it was for sale for a second. I was like, "What is this?" Like when you were at your table at AWS, I was like, "Is this a toy on sale?" Like I then like
yeah,
it's pretty dope though.
He's been stolen. It's kind of funny because at Gold Rush when we had the Lady Luck, a kid stole the poor Godzilla from my table, and we had to have the tourist sister chase the kid to get Godzilla back because she was like, "Oh, I thought it was for free," and she was like, "No, give me him back," and she came back like, "I rescued him." So, yeah, they've been trying to steal him multiple times.
Yeah, I was at that AWS show when you wrestled Nicole Savoy, and then at first when I heard that Godzilla theme, my mind was thinking like, okay, is Hector Canales gonna come out like Samoa Joe? Because I was thinking Samoa Joe, and at the time Samoa Joe was debuting NXT, and there's a lot of talk of Joe like he's gonna be doing this and that. I'm like, okay, it's Samoa Joe. Then I saw you coming out, and I was thinking, oh, Godzilla, duh. So you got me on that one right there.
Yeah, and it was that was like the same reaction also when I came out with that song. It was Chris Wolf and I, we tag team, and we came out with that song in Japan. All the people were laughing when we came out with the song because they knew we were coming out, and they were like following the storyline, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, just for anybody that's listening, don't fool yourself like I did. That intro music comes out. Don't think it's Samoa Joe like I did. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. But anyways, I think it's my turn to ask the question. I'm going to ask you a question that's not related to you at all, but it's something that it's maybe you can have great opportunities for women all over the place. But there's like ups and downs of this diva revolution, and doesn't matter what it is, if it's positive or negative. I feel like it's giving opportunity for women wrestlers all over the globe. Like example, Ring of Honor is bringing back the Women of Honor, and it looks like they're restarting it again. Yeah, Jerry, I said restart it. And I feel like, if you asked me 8 years ago, if someone told me one day that Tora or Reyes will be in the WWE, I'll probably laugh my ass off. But now if you ask me that today, I'll say it could be possible because you never say never in this business. But what's your take on this Divas Revolution and affecting the women in wrestling all over the globe?
Well, it's good for my business, man. That's one thing I can tell you. It's just like, I think it's helping us to get motivated and to think outside the box because we're allowed to wrestle like any other athlete. It is now expected of us to be, wrestlers, not to be like typical divas and just like do carefully and like, at least that's my take. Like, I'm like, as we speak, I'm like watching some of the highlights from the match yesterday, from the Ironman match, and it's just like, I'm like, seeing some stuff that I would have never seen like a couple years ago. Actually, like 2 years ago, I used to like watch, the Raw and stuff, and like the women's matches, it will be like the commercial break, like I'll be like, oh my God, this.
Or most people say, oh, it's a bathroom break time. Let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah, like there were times when I was just waiting for the women's match to come out, right? Because like this, I think 2-3 years ago, like we didn't have the network, and it would be like 30-second match, and I'll be like looking at my manager, and be like, what is this? Like really? Or like I will go to some indie shows and I'll watch some of the matches, and I will be like my jaw will drop. Like this was not good. Like oh my God.
Yeah, fortunately, me and Skits here, we're at San Jose, and we saw an NXT show there during WrestleMania week, and we did enjoy the Sasha Banks and Charlotte match out there, which was pretty good, and, the crowd went happy, and that was one of the best matches of the night. And last night on TakeOver, a women match main evented. Just think about that, a women's match main evented a big show for the WWE. So I feel like it's doing a good thing for you guys. It's showing you guys more respect. Doesn't matter what promotion you're working for. I mean, you guys are getting more respect around and taking you guys more seriously. You guys are those days of okay, well, it was a women's match. Let's go to the bathroom. All that's gone, and you having people getting interested in now people are getting watching Stardom. Like okay, it's a good promotion. I have nothing but women wrestlers. That's something different. So. I'm happy for you guys getting more opportunities, and we'll see it down the road. We'll see if the Toro or Braves will get a WWE opportunity. Like I said, if you asked me that 8 years ago, I would laugh, but now who knows? It can happen. All right, go ahead, Skip.
I'm definitely with you on that, Oscar, for sure.
Hey, shout out to Human Tornado. I think he's listening right now.
No, last time he was like, we were doing a podcast, and he was like staring at me the whole entire time. He's like, I can't stop staring at you. And I'm like, dude, you're creeping me out. No, bro, I'm gonna stop staring at you. Like, oh my god.
That's Human Tornado. He does like to creep you out. I already know how he is. He likes to stare at you. He comes on and bugs me to buy him a beer. I know how it is. And he likes to talk. Likes to mess with skits over here about his Lakers. So yeah, shout out to Human Tornado, by the way.
Yeah, I like that. He's super chill.
Yeah, he's a chill dude.
Tornado is definitely one of the coolest dudes, I've met for sure. Shout out to Tornado, former AWS champ and PW champ. Real quick, I have my last question before we let you go. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in this business?
Well, I would love to accomplish some of my goals that I still have. Definitely, I'm a Mexican, and I have not wrestled in Mexico yet, which is ironic, I want to get
Crash Wrestling. Crash Wrestling.
Crash Wrestling. Si me están escuchando, ya saben, estoy disponible.
Yeah.
Noviembre. Oh. Triple A, Lucha Underground.
Oh, Lucha Underground sounds perfect for you. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, and Lucha Underground, we know they're having tapings next week, so I'm not next week, next month, so we might see you there. Who knows? Because sometimes we like to keep a mystery. So, yeah.
I hope so. That will be such an honor. I can totally do the soap opera wrestling. It'll be good. Okay, let me tell you what I would like to do. So I want to definitely go back to Japan. Do a tour in Europe, and if none of this happens, I will like to do a tryout for the WWE. Yeah, and hopefully, if that happens and if they like me, I would like to work for them full time. But if not, I would like to just travel with the indie wrestling. That will be my goal.
I would love to see you show up on NXT.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. James Storm could show up. Thunder Rosa could show up. Who knows?
I know, right? I just saw a picture. Evie was in NXT and
yeah,
Australia.
I saw that too.
I was like, Evie, she wrestles in Shimmer, and she used to she wrestle in Stardom and stuff. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the opportunities are there. It's like how to access to them. That's like the hardest part is the network. It's kind of like school, when I went to UC Berkeley, they're all like, oh, you guys have a network. You guys have to learn how to network. You guys have to access the network. And I'm just like, oh, crap. Who do I talk to? I want to do this too, They don't have a lot of Latinas there.
That's what they need.
We got to represent, and especially, I speak Spanish and I speak English fluently and I speak Portuguese too. It's I can be the next, the next Rey Mysterio, but in women, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say the last Hispanic girl they had there, I want to say Melina, maybe Lita, I don't know, around there somewhere.
Melina, maybe. Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think. There's another one, but
if you want to count AJ Lee.
Nah, but she was more mainstream American, kind of Melina was. I don't think they were targeting the Latino population with it. I don't think they have done it very well with that in terms of trying to
with
get
the girls.
Well, the only Latina they have actually is Rosa Mendes, but you're not showing her that much. But yeah. But yeah, like you said, if you're gonna go to Mexico, something's telling me it'd be funny that when I go to Crash, you'll be there because we'll be even. So something's telling me that might happen because that's one of my goals in 2016. Go to Mexico and check out some lucha libre there, and you probably be out.
Yeah, that will be so much fun, man.
Yeah, and hopefully maybe I could bring my buddy Skitsy. to Mexico, and and I got your back, kids. I'll translate for you, and it'll be fun out there in Mexico.
I mean, I do love me some Spanish girls, so you know.
I hope you pick up some girls, man. I got some good pickup lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was teaching a couple of the Japanese wrestlers, how to pick up girls, you know, because they go to Mexico a lot. So, like, the typical is like, ¿a qué horas vas por el pan? ¿A qué horas sales por el pan? Which means, like, at what time do you go to get bread? It's like some stupid stuff like that, or Mama.
It's funny. B-Boy, I saw him at IWO over this weekend, and I told him I want to go to Mexico and check out some shows. Like, yeah. And if I were you, go to Hong Kong after the show. I'm all like, Hong Kong? Then I looked up to it. Oh shit! I don't know if you know what I mean, but let's just say it's another Analuca. But I was like, fucking B-Boy, man, you're an insane dude.
Yeah, B-Boy is very creative sometimes. He is.
Yeah. But anyways.
Definitely. Rosa, before we let you go, we want to let our listeners know where they can find you on social media, and also what shows you got coming up that they can come watch you.
Definitely, they can check my like page, Thunder Rosa. I always post cool, crazy videos. Also, they can get to know me more personally on my other page. I can't accept any more friends, but it's under Mel Cervantes. That's another Facebook page. I'm also on Twitter. It's Thunder Rosa 22 at Thunder Rosa 22, and on Instagram, that's where I post most of my fitness pictures and my bikini pictures and other stuff, random stuff. That's also at Thunder Rosa 22. My webpage is thunderrosa.com. We're still working on it. The matches that they can see me, like I said, is this Saturday. You guys can stream it live. I'm sorry, it's not stream live. It's the 24th. It's October 24th at 7 p.m. And I will be wrestling there. Like I said, you can stream it. APW Show 2 on the 30th. You guys can see me in LA on Lucha VIP this Sunday. And Stardom Show, the 16th and the 18th. That's
definitely.
So far all the dates for October.
Definitely. Rosa, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show, and we appreciate you taking out your time to talk some wrestling with us, and we hope to see you at the Stardom USA show.
Absolutely, man. Please make sure you stop by the table so you can take a picture with my beautiful Godzilla. He will be waiting for you.
Oh,
we should have a
definitely
group
will.
photo. We also have a group photo with the Godzilla on there.
Yes, please. And you know what will be more amazing? If you guys all buy my shirt and you guys have all my Thunder Rosa shirts and then, like, Godzilla's in the middle. Oh, you guys will make my life come true.
I'll definitely grab
right.
one. I'll definitely grab one for sure.
Yeah, get an extra large for me. I'll get one myself as well.
Yeah, I just got 60 shirts today, so I got all sizes. From extra small to like 4X. So, you got it.
All right, save me an extra large. Just in case the next few weeks your shirt sells out quick like the Bullet Club shirt.
I hope so, man. You know, I'm trying to pay my student loans, man. With my shirt sales.
Yeah. I know living up in the Bay is not that cheap, so I know what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like I said, thank you for being on, and we'll see you at Stardom, USA.
Please come support women's wrestling, man. This is going to be the very, very first time we have
everybody
wrestling in California.
Yeah, everybody, just go to the show. You know, just let's pack this place up. You know, let's just go out there and show these women some support. And maybe they'll keep doing shows over and over and over and over and again. So just show up and pack up the place.
Yeah, and if you want to save some money, buy the tickets online. Eventbrite. We have the stuff on Facebook. So if you guys have any questions, please shoot me a message. I'm pretty quick at answering them. We would love to see all of you there. The tickets start from $10. You guys have $10, man. You spend $10 at McDonald's. You can spend $10 in a Joshua restaurant.
Definitely. All right, Rosa. We'll see you soon then.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, good night.
Sunday. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Thunder Rosa. It was a pretty fun interview with her. Looking forward to seeing her at Stardom USA.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show. I mean, she has goals to wrestle in Mexico. I have goals to check out a show in Mexico. So maybe we'll see each other there as well.
Definitely. Let's throw on our buddy, Mr. Tom. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good, fellas. Sorry for being late tonight. I was trying to get comfortable after suffering a minor ankle injury, but was listening to the interview, and man, once again, I'm jealous of you guys. You guys are getting stardom over there. Thunder was hyping up Rosa. She was hyping it up so much. I mean, come on.
I guess we're getting lucky out here. I mean, hey, you guys got Ring of Honor. Screw you. But, Tom, did you miss me too?
Hold on, guys. Real quick, let's take a quick break, and we're going to throw Joey Kaos on with us, so we'll be right back.
What's up? This is the phenomenal AJ Styles down here in L.A. kicking it with the PWG, busting my tail. Freaking great tournament. The bowler tournament is freaking amazing. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, everybody and anybody needs to listen to WrestlingHeads podcast.
All right. Let's call Joey Kaos.
This is Joey.
What's up, Joey Kaos? You're live on WrestlingHeads Radio. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Nothing much. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, man, thanks for coming back on, man. We definitely had to have you on. We're pretty excited. This weekend, you versus Brian Kendrick. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to steal the show for the Santino's title.
Yeah, we got the big match coming up. First-time matchup, me versus Brian Kendrick. Challenging for the title, and, I've been wrestling for a little while now, so, if I don't win, I don't know how many matches I'll have left after this. I'll never say I'm going to retire, but they're definitely going to be a lot fewer and far between. So, but I've been training all summer and really getting back into it. My last match was in February. And I'm just looking to, put in the work. I'm feeling a lot better because I'm not behind the desk all day. That was getting, just kind of running Santino Brothers and doing behind the scenes. Just really got me stagnant and behind the desk. So this really got me, got a fire lit under me and got me back in the gym and doing what I love. The true passion of wrestling and really just kind of getting in there and training and. That's what I've been doing every day. I got the luxury of having 2 wrestling rings right here at the dojo. So, just been taking guys as I go. Whoever's showing up at the dojo, getting in there with them and sparring with them, and just kind of really getting ready for this match. I kind of take my matches differently these days. I don't wrestle that often, so when I have a match, I kind of look forward to that one big match coming up. Last time I did that was with B-Boy last year at the same venue in Southgate. So.
That match was nice, man. Going back to that night, you can just feel the energy in that building. You got all the folks that basically went to the Santino Bros school, you know, on the knee watching the matchup. It was definitely a great match. But real quick, Joey, before we get into the show a little more, I just want to let you know I have two other guys here on the show with me. I got Oscar and Tom, so they'll be asking you some questions too.
Cool, man. How you guys doing? How you doing, Oscar and Tom?
What's going on, Joey? Welcome back on the show. I remember we had you on. Santino was running every Thursday. That's how long ago he's been, you know?
Oh, man, yeah. I think that was, maybe like 2013. I think we did every single week that year on Thursday night. Yeah, it's been, it's kind of been nonstop ever since we really opened the school and started in the backyard. It's just been constantly every day changing from social media, from MySpace to Facebook, and, you know, just trying to really get in there on the and just kind of get our name out there is really what we've been doing for the last 8 years.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm actually going to be there on Saturday, so I'm planning to check this out at Southgate, California. I mean, you have a stacked show out here. You know, you have that tag team match. You know, Brody King teaming up with Hudson Envy against Reyes and Tyler Bateman. That's gonna be very interesting. I mean, Brody King's a monster. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean that match is gonna be really good. We got Hudson Envy coming back on her from her tour of Japan. So this will be her first match back, and Tyler Bateman has just been incredible in the ring this last year. You know, he's been just really on top of his game. You know, everything that he does. I have not seen a bad match from that guy, and I really think highly of him. He's definitely come a long way with us, and as a matter of fact, he's gonna be joining the Santino Brothers training team for a brief period, 6 weeks this coming fall, and helping us out, taking over some classes while I'm going to be out of town. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. And also I see a tag match which involves a debut, which the tag team, the Study Buddies, you know, it's Darwin Finch and Chaz. I can't pronounce the last name. Herrera, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Chaz Herrera and Darwin Finch versus two of our upcoming students that are coming out and making their debut. The party captain, Guy Cool and Heather Monroe. These two, they actually started with us back in September. And we had our largest class to date. We had 27 students sign up. And these are the two that are the lead dogs and coming out with their first match in their debut. So it's been an exciting year for them. We have a couple of others left from that class. There's probably about 5 people total from that 27-person class. And these are the two lead dogs, and we look forward to seeing their debut because we've been working with them. They've been putting in the work, putting in the work every week here at Santino Brothers and really just doing what it takes to become a pro wrestler, because sometimes the hardest part is just sticking with it, you know, because you come to wrestling school and you're getting beat down, and you know you're learning. Before you know it, you don't even realize that you know a lot of moves, and so just sticking with it. And I'm very proud of them, and I look forward to their debut match. It's going to be tough because you know the Study Buddies. You know, you look at them and you know you might not see them as contenders, but these guys are no joke. You know, because they are coming out of Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. And, you know, anybody that comes out of Santino Brothers, you know, we definitely put them to the paces. So I'm really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Darwin. I actually know Darwin for a few years now, even the time when he started training with you guys. I mean, cool dude, and I'm happy that, you know, he's doing what he's doing in Santino's. He's digging that gimmick. You know, doing a good job with that gimmick, I have to say. But, yeah, shout out to Darwin. And, I'm going to go pass it to Tom. Go on, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I love talking with trainers, help wrestling schools, and I love getting the insight. And obviously you know, founding Santino's Brothers, back in 2008. Were there some hesitations about you opening a wrestling school? Were you like, maybe it won't work out, maybe it won't be like I'm hoping it's going to be? What were some of your worries opening up a wrestling school?
Oh, man, heck yeah. I mean, back when we opened it up, it was 8 years ago. I guess I was wrestling for somewhere like 12 or 13 years, and I was, questioning, who the hell am I to open a wrestling school and teach new guys, and there was a lot of doubt. I think a lot of people had the misconception that we opened Santino Brothers and it just blossomed overnight, and it's the overnight success has been over the last 8 years, and there's been times where we got kicked out of the backyard because we were in the backyard. The city, we weren't regulated for that, and and were we going to close down, and that could have been the end, and we just had a really strong support system with all the students, and no one wanted to see it go, so we took the risk and opened the building and built gardens, and within 3 months of that, there was the big question of are we going to be able to keep up with the bills and pay the rent, and can we keep it going? And there was weeks on end where it was just me and Mongo sitting inside the more so Mongo just sitting inside the dojo, and nobody would show up and nobody would come, and we'd pull money out of our pocket just to pay the bills and keep it going, and that went on a couple of months. And I remember Sylvia, my wife, who's the administration director at Santino Brothers, and her birthday came up, and we had to cancel her birthday and run a show on her birthday to just try to just make ends meet. And it's been, I think we even run a show on Christmas to try to make ends meet that same year. So it never was easy, and it's just a lot of hard work. We kind of did things a lot differently. We kind of followed Slammers Wrestling School, the one that Mongo came from, ran by Vern Langdon out here in Los Angeles, California. I didn't go to a wrestling school, so I had really nothing to compare it to. I kind of helped out at the XPW wrestling school, but that wasn't really like a school per se. We had classes and stuff. So it was a lot of trial and error, and we would show our training on YouTube, and we would be worried that some of the old time wrestlers would get pissed at us and yell at us for pretty much exposing the business, and we never really got that backlash. We kind of do that, and we see tons of schools now following our lead, because really at the time there was no videos, no pictures of really any wrestling schools. You would see, I think there was the UPW video on YouTube. Someone threw their VHS videos up on YouTube, so you had some kind of behind the scenes on that. But it's come a long way, and the secret to Santino Brothers' success is putting in a lot of hard work, and never stopping, never giving up, and to be honest, we've had a lot of help. We've had a lot of help from the support system, the original 12 students that started with us, all the students that joined us throughout the years, and then a lot of support, like my wrestling friends like Alcatraz will purchase T-shirts, and I'll see their orders coming through, and it just blows me away that that a guy like my buddy won't even ask me for a free shirt, just wants to go and show his support, and so we've had a lot of help, and we can't count out Lucha Girls Wrestling. Lucha Girls Wrestling, helped us out a lot. That's my wife's Customs Wrestling company, and some people look down upon the Customs Wrestling, but we praise it here at Santino Brothers, because without that, we may have closed our doors, and it's really helped us out. And so, and it's an everyday thing. We just this year we opened up the second dojo, and we've been very blessed that we haven't had to worry about pulling money out of our own pocket and saying, well, we got to pay the rent because this building's not moving the way we want it to move. And it's kind of just it's working right now, and all we can do is just kind of keep moving forward, we're really looking to. We've been in talks for the last probably year about expanding Santino Brothers and possibly open up a location in Las Vegas. So
nice.
we're definitely never just going to be content at what we're doing. We always got to want to move forward.
Nice. That definitely makes me happy to hear that you guys are gonna expand and probably probably have a dojo over there in Vegas too, because the Vegas scene is. Yeah, I mean, there's no promises. We even could get a building open, but it's always a fight and a struggle to keep it going and find what works, because what may work in Los Angeles may not work in Las Vegas. So right,
we're really looking. I always wanted to kind of just be a wrestling school that would be comparable to like the Hart School, and we have a long way to go, but it kind of gives us something to work for and look forward to, and that's our goal. It's just really working hard to get people looked at, get people signed, by major companies like WWE, Lucha Underground, New Japan Pro Wrestling, even Lucha Boom, PWG, and stuff like that, and along with all the other jobs and ring rentals and motion capture stuff that we do here at Santino Brothers that we kind of really don't talk about. Well, it kind of just comes with the territory of running the ring sometimes.
Right. Speaking of the Santino show, there's a couple more matches that I'm definitely excited to see. Eli Everfly going against B-Boy and Famous B. We actually had Eli and Famous B on here both a couple weeks ago, and they're definitely excited for this match. We already know majority of the times when we talk to Eli, he's always at the dojo working hard, and Famous B, and also you can't count out B-Boy. And these three in a ring is going to be something crazy.
Yeah, no, we're definitely. This is going to be a great match. I mean, we, it was described. We have our writer is actually Sasha Derevko. He helps us write all of our stuff on the Santino Brothers website, and he described it as the past, present, and future of Southern California wrestling. And I think he kind of really nailed it on the head when he said that. Is that that's really what we have here in the in this match. And we got a guy like B-Boy who is just really on top of his game right now. And it's kind of like wrestlers are like wine. If you can get past that burnout point, you start becoming like wine and start getting just a lot better because you're getting older and you've been around long. And that's what B-Boy's at right now. And I remember when we had our match with when I had my match with B-Boy, he actually called me. This is all behind the scenes, man. He called me up and said, hey, I want to have this match with you, and I straight out turned him down when he first asked me. I said, I don't wrestle anymore, man. I'm done. I've been trying to quit for the last couple of years, and and he's just kind of like told me I feel just like you feel. You feel doubtful about yourself. You've been wrestling so long. You see all these young guys coming in, and you don't know if you can hang with them. And that's what I told him. And he was like, man, I feel just like you, man. And I kind of didn't believe it. I was like, man, but you're the man. And but I get it because people look at me like that. And so it just really kind of lit a fire under me and to wrestle him last year. And man, that guy is just phenomenal right now. Famous B is just been on top of his game. He's working with Lucha Underground. He's probably our most decorated student out of Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. And more behind the scenes, this guy, I've actually given him the reins, to become, he's the booker here at Santino Brothers. So he's probably gonna get a lot more calls from people now. What's that, Phil? Oh, yeah, and he's a trainer here, so he trains the guys, and, I think the world of Famous B, he's been with us since the backyard days. He was one of our first students that we handed a flyer at WWE, held on to it for, 5 or 6 months, and then finally gave us a call, and the rest is history. And he's kind of wrestled all over the United States, throughout Mexico, and then you got Eli Everfly, who he kind of rubs people the wrong way sometimes, and he's a heat seeker, and he's always got people, he's got an opinion, and but I can't count out, he's a workhorse, he puts in the work over here at Santino Brothers Wrestling, and I get it, I'm his trainer, and what other people see, I don't see, because he gives me the utmost respect, and man, he's really come a long way. And I can't speak higher of Eli Everfly. He's a trainer here at Santino Brothers in such a short time. I mean, he's a young guy, but I think I'm a great judge at who can do the job and who can't. And definitely Eli Everfly is a guy that's going to take his students into the next generation. Even being so young, he's kind of my door to the younger generation. Really, because I used to be the young guy. I used to be him. I used to be the guy that used to piss people off. I used to piss off Chris Candido and Terry Funk when I used to wear my belt in the hotel room at XPW, and and so the guy gets a little heat. Well, that's the wrestling world, and sometimes you got to live through it. And sometimes when you get too much heat like he does, we deal with it, inside. And this guy, he could have went two ways and say, F these guys for trying to punish me or discipline me, but he didn't go that way. Eli Everfly, took it like a champ, and he became better after it. After he took his discipline, and man, he's really on top of his game right now. And, so I really look forward to this three-way match. I mean, these guys are just going to really bring the house down. I mean, last time Famous P and Eli wrestled in Southgate, I mean, they had an incredible match. Yeah. You throw B-Boy in the mix and get it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Eli, him and Ray Rosas, they killed it a couple of weeks ago at the dojo. Definitely enjoyed that one. That was a good match at the dojo.
Yeah, Ray Rosas is another workhorse for us, man. That guy's really put in the work about that match. I told him, I said, hey, we're running a little short. You guys have to go long, and those guys put in the work. Went about 25 minutes, and it wasn't, and it wasn't a match that was dragged out. I mean, these guys entertained for 25 minutes, and really brought it. And so, little things like that sometimes the fans don't even hear about. They got Joey Kaos going up to them 2 minutes before their song goes on and say, you guys got to go an extra 10 minutes. And they do it. And they put in the work, and I can't be more proud of all my guys, Ray Rosas, Eli, and all of them.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yes, I want to go back talk about your match coming up with Brian Kendrick. I believe earlier you just said that this is going to be the first time you're going to wrestle him.
Yeah, this will be the first time. We've crossed paths for the last 15 years. So when he was Spanky and I was probably Kid Chaos. And a crazy story, man, because he's here at the dojo and he's training his classes, and I got to talking to him once, and I asked him about his move, the sliced bread, and the reason I asked him about it is because I remember doing it before he did it, and so I just asked, like, where did you come up with that move? And he was like, I got it from Tracy Smothers. I go, really? That's kind of crazy, because I go, like, the one time I used it, I wrestled Tracy Smothers. And honestly, I mean, I didn't invent it. I think Sabu had a manager named Lazy, and Lazy and them, they were in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I guess they've seen the move in Canada. And Lazy brought it back to me and said, I saw this guy do this move, and, I want you to do it. And he explained it to me, and it was the sliced bread, so I hit it. Fast forward to the match, and it's the middle of the match. We had two matches that night at Go Funk Yourself, and Tracy and I had just sat down to go over the match, and our music started playing, and I was so nervous. And we went out there, and Tracy just turns around and just says, "Trust me." And I'm just like, "Oh shit!" Excuse me for cussing. Sorry, guys. And
that's cool.
And I was just, oh no, he says, "Trust me." So we're in the middle of the match, and he's like talking through his teeth, what's the finish? And I'm like, man, it's that move I was doing earlier today. And he had just watched me. And he goes, all right, kid, do it. And I executed the worst sliced bread ever in history on Tracy Smothers. And yeah, he hit the move, and it was a lose release pound match. He lost, and he actually had a job as a trainer in WWE. And Brian Kendrick was in development. And the way I described it, I was like, man, I did it so shitty that Tracy was like, fuck that guy in L.A., you know, I'm going to give it to Brian Kendrick who would do it great, you know, who would do the move great. And so, and yeah, Brian just, you know, as soon as I told him that, he was like, man, that's exactly what happened. He goes, there's this guy in L.A. that Tracy said this guy in L.A. did this move, and I want you to do it. And I just thought that was really incredible because I just found out this story maybe like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And I just thought it was a really cool connection that me and Brian Kendrick have because we've crossed paths, but we never really wrestled each other at all. You know, I mean, I think maybe I've been in the ring with him once when he was out here doing his training. You know, I think maybe once. That's it. So this is going to be really the first time we're going to be in there, and we're going to wrestle a match. And you know, I have the utmost respect for him, and he has the utmost respect for me, and you know, but you know, I haven't been, you know, Santino Brothers champion, and I'm really looking to do that. That's why I told you guys that, you know, if I don't win, I really don't know how many matches I'm going to have left in me. So I'm really looking forward. I mean, I haven't trained this hard for a match in a long time. I mean, I don't think ever, really, for one match, you know, because,
yeah,
you know, in indie wrestling, you know, it's, you know, guys wrestle 3 times, you know, a weekend and stuff like that. So, you know, I really look forward to it, you know. He's excited for this match. He said, you know, he said he only has so many matches left in him, and you know, he's really looking forward to this one, and you know, and he's just looking forward to, you know, not having any throwaway matches from here on out. So, you know, I know he's looking to give his best. I know I'm definitely looking to give my best because, you know, when I open my books, you know, to the history of my wrestling career, you know, I have a lot of stuff that I did early on in my career, and you know, and lately, you know, I don't have anything that I have the B-boy match, but I want a catalog of wrestling matches before I close the books on my wrestling career that I can say that I'm proud of, you know, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, putting this one up there, and been working really hard to try to, you know, keep it up there keep it up there to hang with the B-boy match, because that's going to be, you know, it's going to be hard to fill those shoes. So, you know, really looking forward to do that. And, you know, I know that Brian's got the goods in him, and I know I got the goods. So, you know, we're really looking to deliver a great match on Saturday.
I have a question, Joey, because I know usually you guys put your Santino shows on Ustream. Is a possibility fans can catch this one on Ustream or no?
You know, we usually wouldn't stream it at a show like at a different venue. The only reason we ever streamed anything was just because out of necessity. You know, when we ran the shows at the dojo, the locker room was my house across the street, and so that was the way that the guys can watch the matches. I know that some of the guys were messing around with Periscope, so it may show up on Periscope, but it's most likely not going to show up on Ustream. But I know my buddy Frank, he films all the Santino Brothers shows, and I know he's been messing around with Periscope. So I'll talk to him today, and I know he's been looking forward to trying to get it up there. You know, I can't make any guarantees. Maybe we'll have 1 or 2 matches up, but yeah, as of right now, we don't have any plans to stream it live.
Nice. Yeah, that would be pretty nice to watch some Santino matches on Periscope, because unfortunately I have to work and I am so upset and I will not get to make it. Like, I was really looking forward to this show. Like just like Oscar said, this card is like stacked. Like, I'm so excited for this show, and I'm not even gonna be there. Like, Joey Ryan, Brian Cage is gonna happen. You got Douglas James against Robbie Phoenix, Sasha versus Che Cabrera, Los Luchas going against Los Bandidos.
Yeah, I think they want to be called Bad Dudes now. The Los Luchas versus the Bad Dudes. Yeah, they get on me every time I put Los Bandidos. Yeah,
that's in English. That's what it means in English. So might as well call them Bad Dudes now.
Yeah, they're definitely the Bad Dudes. Yeah, that match is going to be really good. So we got Rico back. You know, he hasn't been back since he lost the championship to Kendrick. So see him come back, and I'm looking forward. What's that?
Yeah, No, I wonder what happened to him. Was he injured or like? It's been a while since I've seen Rico.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, he lost that title, and it did something to him. And you know, sometimes you just want to go away for a little while and kind of like, you know, I don't know if it's embarrassment. I don't think it's embarrassment. It's just you just want to go away. You know, you just don't probably want to see anybody. You know, and it's a real thing. You know, because it does do something to you. If you're a wrestler and you have the championship, and you know, then you don't have it anymore, and you kind of feel you lost a piece of you. You know, and that's the real truth. That's how I felt when I lost the XPW TV title to X-Pac. I really did feel like that. Yeah, I definitely did. I felt like a lot. I mean, I wore it every match. You know, wore it everywhere I went. And I definitely lost a piece of me. And it's kind of devastating, even in the world of pro wrestling. You know.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, speaking about XPW, I was at that show when you came out with a suit on, and then you made that announcement about doing the show in Southgate, and then it was funny that I heard the rock superstar music from Cypress Hill, and then I was thinking, what's going on here? And then I saw you with the blonde hair again, and then I was thinking, hold on, did I went back in time? Am I an XPW show, not a Santino show? Like, what's going on here? Did you drink the fountain of youth? Like, what's going on now, you know? But,
yeah.
I picked that up. Yeah, now you got the blonde hair back. You just look like a 25-year-old Kaos now. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting how you and Brian Kendrick do this Saturday, you know? So,
yeah, I mean, and that's really the truth, man. I cut my hair, and I'm like, I'm out the game. I'm not in it no more. And this is like I said before. It's like this is that part of the movie where you're like, this is where they pull me back in, you know. And I feel like I'm getting pulled back in, and I was like, well, you know, it's not really exciting to me to wrestle. I got short hair now, short black hair. It's not really exciting to me, and so I figured there's only really one way to go. And that would treat the hair. Yeah, I mean, hey, the absolute truth is I wasn't going to wrestle anymore. I cut my hair, and I was ready to just sit behind the desk and become a promoter and the wrestling school owner and stuff. So, but, you know, that's why I'll never say I retire, because you can't. You won't. You know, people say they retire because they want a pension. You know, maybe I'll get heat for that. I don't know. But that's the truth in pro wrestling. You know?
So you're basically like Triple H. He'll come down once in a blue moon and wrestle. So he did the same thing. He cut his hair, and look at him now.
You know, it's got to be the same thing. He's probably saying, I'm never going to retire, man, until the wheels come off. You know, I'm gonna wrestle every WrestleMania or whatever the case is, because it's in his blood, man. You know, I'm pretty sure he appreciates not having to bump every single night. You know, no one misses that, but you know, you see all the guys go out there every night, and you're like, man, I'm going to put my gear on and go out there and show them how it's done too. So I'm pretty sure he definitely goes through the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple of questions. I want to ask you the future of Santino's in that venue. Any update? If you guys can have another show after this one?
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, we have our November dates locked in right now. We're looking to come back Saturday, November 14th. And, yeah, we're coming back to the Southgate venue. I mean, the idea right now is we're, you know, I've been trying to graduate us from the dojo shows and try to just get out there and do bigger shows. And that's the idea right now. We're going to focus on, you know, doing a monthly show, you know, while Bart's gone, and you know, if he comes back, you know, whenever he comes back, we kind of, you know, our job is to keep the fan base there, because he put a lot of work into bringing the fan base there, and so, you know, that's how I feel. What you know, that was never discussed between me and him, but that's how I feel my job is like, you know, well, we're gonna go and try to keep what he built there, and, you know, keep it warm for when he's ready to come back. And, you know, we've already talked about, like, you know, if and whenever he does come back, then we would, you know, try to just run 2 shows out of there, you know. Hopefully it won't be overkill, and we have enough of a different product to, you know, to justify that, and, you know, hopefully it can work out well for both of us.
Trust me, Joey, I was gonna say, me as a fan, Joey, like I wouldn't mind to have AWS and Santino Bros both running in that building, like, because it's just like you said, it's two different products, you know, two different type of storylines, and there's different wrestlers too at both promotions. So I definitely wouldn't have no issue with that as a fan.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to do that. I mean, it comes down to this one show. You know, we put a lot of work into promoting it. You know, we got the guys, you know, putting up the flyers and posters, and, you know, we got the internet marketing going. And so, you know, it really comes down to this one show. We're looking to, you know, fill the house out. I mean, I appreciate you guys talking to us and trying to, and helping us get the word out about Kaos Saturday, October 10th in South Bay, California. You know, because we got a really good card set up. I mean, you know, every match on the card, I mean, could be a main event caliber match at any show in Southern California. So it's really looking good. And you know, I know sometimes you guys go to the dojo shows and I wrestle first. That's not going to happen this time. I'm definitely going on the main event. Brian Kendrick, Joey Kaos, we're going to be wrestling last. You know, because we're saving the best for last. So it's definitely going to be a great match. You know?
Yeah,
so
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there on Saturday, so I'm going to get the supporting, and for everybody, just come down Southgate. Let's pack the place out. Just come down here and come down to Southgate and check the show. This is going to be a great show, and there's a bar area there, so if you want to get a drink, go for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a bar there. I mean, especially since, you know, at when we're at the school, we you know, we don't have the alcohol over there. So, man, in Southgate, they're going to have the whole bar going, and you know, the guys can, you know, all the fans can let loose and really have a good time watching all the guys and girls kick ass at Santino Brothers. So it should be great.
I have a question, Joey. Before we let you go, can you let our listeners know the prices of tickets?
Yeah. Ticket prices, general admission is $15. If you want to sit in the front row, we do still have some left. It's $20 to sit in the front row. You can buy your tickets online. You go to santinobros.net, or you can actually you know, buy them at the dojo. You know, we're still going to be there. We'll be there tomorrow night. So you can buy them there, or you can buy them Saturday morning. We'll be there, and then you can also you can get them at the door. I suggest, you know, get there early. We're opening the doors at 7. You know, the show's going to start at 8, and we really work hard to have our show start on time. So yeah, we anticipate the first bell going out about 8:05.
Yeah. I have a couple of final questions I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I know in a few more months we're going to hit 2016, but we all know about Eli Everfly's, Ray Rosas, but down the road, who do you think, in our listeners, who should be looking at in the future coming out from your dojo?
Wow, you know, we got a lot of great guys. It may be too early to kind of finger point any of them that are maybe in the beginners. Well, for sure, it's too early to pinpoint anyone in the beginners, maybe in the intermediates. But we have some really good guys. You know, a guy like Esteban is coming out of the intermediate class right now. A guy like Cody, he's coming out, so I'm going to look forward to. You know, I mean, all we can really hope for, you know, we're giving them all the tools that they need, is that, you know, that they stick through it. You know, those guys are two of the standouts. You know, obviously we have Austin and Heather coming out. They're making their debut at Kaos. So those are two of our ones that we've been working really hard with. And, you know, we really can't forget about Brody King. You know,
Brody King's a killer.
You know, he's been in some squash matches, so we really haven't seen him tested yet. We look forward to that this Saturday when he's going to get in there, and he's definitely going to be tested by Tyler Bateman. And but yeah, because you know, we were working really hard, but haven't really showcased what he really can do yet. So I think we're going to see that this Saturday. So you really can't count him out, you know. And then along with Douglas James, you know, he's really just kind of come on fire as of late. You know, he's really wrestling all over the place. You know, but those are some of the, you know, of our new guys coming out. And don't get me wrong, because there's always a guy in every class, and you would look at him and be like, he's nothing. and that's the guy that will tear the house down. And there's always that sleeper guy. So we can sit here and talk about some of the guys that are really good, but man, it's usually the guys that put in the heart, the blood, sweat, and tears, and don't give up, because that's the worst thing. We put in so much work with some of these guys, and they come down to the wire, they get to the advanced class, and then they kind of, so the good ones will tell us they're leaving, I guess, and then some guys will just not show up anymore. That's kind of a heartbreaker. We kind of take that, into ourselves. What could we have done better to keep him there? Was it something that we did? Something, was it a bump he took? What happened? We try to break it down, because, when we teach the guys here, they're a product of us, and we want, like I tell Robbie and I tell myself, these are your students. Like Ray Rosa is my student. How do you want him to reflect you? Do you want him to be dog shit, or do you want him to be great? And that's what I do when I mentor all the trainers here at Santino Brothers, to really bring the best out of every student. And, I might be able to yell at one student, and that's not going to work for another student, So we're really, we work really hard on finding different ways to motivate different people, because everyone's different,
Yeah, definitely. All right, before I pass it on to Tom, I just want to say, Skitch, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be at the show on Saturday. I'm going to give this guy here a WrestlingHeads shirt. And if he does win the Santino title, I'm telling you right now, these WrestlingHeads shirts are good luck. You can ask Peter Avalon and B-Boy. There are good luck charms. So, I'm going to give you a shirt. Just give me your size, and I'll get you a shirt, Joey.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be a large, man. I'm going to need all the luck I can get, man, because it's going to be a tough one. I don't know if my body's going to break down before I get to the end of the match, but even if it does, the show must go on, and I'm going to push through. So, hopefully I'm able to take home the gold. But, yeah, give me the shirt, man. I need all the luck I can get.
All right. I'm going to get there early like I always do, because I understand how that venue is. Parking is tough to find, so for everybody's listening, try to get there early. It's parking is pretty much hard to find out there. So just if you want to find parking easily, I will get there early. All right, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, my final question is, obviously besides the main event, because you're in it, obviously being the biggest match, but I look at Joey Ryan versus Brian Cage, and from me being from the East Coast, I look at those two guys right there, and those are the two most prominent names when I think of SoCal wrestling now, because you have Brian Cage, who's reached a great deal of success in AAA and Lucha Underground and PWG, and then you have a guy like Joey Ryan, who's been around for so long. What does having them around the younger guys kind of do? Does it motivate guys to say that, hey, look, these guys have reached a great deal of success being from SoCal, I can do the same thing. So what does having two prominent guys on the show do for Santino's?
Oh, heck yeah, it does. I mean, it helps out a lot. I mean, it teaches the students and any young and up-and-comer that, the dream is attainable. Whatever your dream is, it's attainable. Because you got a guy who's wrestling on the main event at the biggest show in Mexico, and then flying out, and then he's wrestling on the same show with you, and it really motivates, it motivated me when I was on shows with guys like Sabu and Chris Candido and Terry Funk to just know that not only can I sit there and just saying hello and talking to them, picking their brain, I'm learning something, or just sitting by them and listening to them talk to their buddy, I'm learning something, and that's what the Santino Brothers students are going to get out with Brian Cage and Joey Ryan. I mean, these guys have been, like you said, Joey Ryan. I mean, I've known this guy. I've known Joey Ryan since when he was I don't know if he was prank calling, but he was calling in Dynamite D's podcast on the Radio 1 network, cable radio network, and that was before he was a wrestler. And man, so and then Brian Cates. I mean, both these guys are really great, and it really helps out the guys. Just being on a show with them, they're able to when you're a young guy, what do I need to do to get to your level? Just asking that question helps out a lot because, some guys are, you got to hear it. As a trainer, I'm like their dad, and I can tell them all day the right thing to do. But sometimes it's different when they hear it from somebody else, and that's really what helps them out, So being on the show with them, and then not only that, even if they don't get the opportunity to talk to them or pick their brain or anything like that, just sitting there and being able to watch their match live in living color in person. I mean, just to see how these guys put their match together, what they did in their match, how their finish went or whatever it was, and how they can emulate that and strive to be a wrestler like these guys, because these guys, are where they should want to be, definitely.
100% agree. And like I said, when I think of SoCal wrestling nowadays, I look at those two guys and, everybody that we've been talking about tonight, Eli Everfly and Brody King. In 5 years, I'm going to be saying the same thing that I'm saying about Brian Cage and Joey Ryan. So it's just, I think it's surreal that we're going through this transition. But, like I said, 100% agree with everything you said.
Yeah, I mean, and especially right now for the indies, I think it's really striving right now because WWE is really helping out. They're they may be going up against like Ring of Honor and mess with them a little bit, but they're hiring guys like Gargano and Ciampa, which gives other independent wrestlers that same feeling that the dream is obtainable. And it all comes down to the trickle effect. If two guys are now gone, two spots open up, everyone moves up. You know what I mean? Everyone gets an opportunity to take a spot and move up. And so that's and it's really like, for the fans of WWE, they're asking who are these independent guys coming in, and then in return, the regular WWE fan is actually learning about a world of independent wrestling that they've probably never known about. So I think it's really working out. For the independent guys. And I think it's a really good time for independent guys to really get excited. It's not going to be easy, but, you'd be surprised what happens when you put in the work.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one, too. A lot of guys are getting that opportunity, so, but yeah. Joey, before we let you go, you want to give out your Twitter and the Santino's website, so folks, if they want to learn how to wrestle, they can find Santino's dojo.
Yeah, definitely check us out. We got the big show coming up Saturday, October 10th. You can find us at SantinoBrothers.net. You can purchase tickets there. If you want to talk to me on Facebook, I'm at facebook.com/Joey Kaos Munoz. That's Chaos with a K. On Twitter, it's the same thing at Joey Kaos Munoz. But yeah, you can go ahead and find me there. You can probably try to book me. I don't know if I got time to get booked anywhere else besides Santino Brothers, but yeah, you can definitely hit me up. Become a trainee at Santino Brothers Wrestling. We've got the next beginners class starting Monday, January 4th. Going to start the new year strong and hard. So, definitely check us out, SantinoBrothers.net. Purchase the tickets. We got the big show coming up October 10th.
Definitely, man. Oscar will definitely be there, holding down for WrestlingHeads, and we hope you have an awesome show, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys come on down, and I'll go ahead and put you guys down at the merch booth, so they'll go ahead and hook you up with some T-shirts. All right?
Definitely, man.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys every time you guys put on the Santino Brothers Wrestlers, and you guys really help out the independent scene, man. We really appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you, man. We appreciate you.
Cool, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, Joey.
All right, Joey. See you Saturday, man.
All right, you guys take care. You have a good one.
All
right, good night, man.
Good night.
Shout out to Joey Chaos. Good dude. That was an awesome interview there. A great interview with him. He had a lot to talk about. Pretty fun, I love it when you guys come on the show and they can basically out-talk us. You know, we usually don't really have to ask questions. We can just listen to, like, stories. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, he's actually really trying to put out there his Santino. He's trying to expand him more out there. He's doing whatever it takes. So, I mean, that's great from him. And I'm going to be there on Saturday. It's going to be a great show. And the good thing about it, he put out the next date of the show out there. So, I guess hopefully he could come on
November
that one.
14th, right? November 14th.
Yeah. Jack, let's just see. Hopefully you don't have a Kings game or a Clipper game out there. So
I just have to request off early.
It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do. So we'll see how the schedule is, how your schedule is, and see if you can head down to Santino's because they're going to be expanding more and more and more. And who knows what's going to happen in 2016.
Definitely, dude. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back and talk about some NXT. Hopefully we get to some New Japan talk, and pretty sure we got some other wrestling news to talk about. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, this is England's Zack Sabre Jr. And when I'm not drinking tea and hanging out with the Queen, I am always listening to WrestlingHeads Radio. Cheerio.
Hello friends, this is Matt Seidel. You are using your brain and listening to WrestlingHeads. Respect.
All you have to do is believe!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is WrestlingHeads Radio. I am Skits, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Oscar and Tom. Gentlemen, NXT TakeOver Respect. I got a lot to talk about because you guys know I'm not happy, not the happiest guy right now. I know you guys were against what I thought should have happened when it comes to results. We basically opened up the show with Finn Balor and Samoa Joe going to get Scott Dawson and Dash. It was a good match. It was a pretty good match. You know, one thing I learned last night that Dawson and Dash, they've been working with each other way before the WWE. They were a tag team before that. I did not know that. I thought they just paired them together, but that's very interesting to know. And those dudes worked well as a tag team. Because in the middle of the matchup, you got Finn Balor. He got injured. I think they injured like his knee, I would say maybe, and they were working on it. They were working on it for a while. So I would say those two are the ones that basically got his knee fucked up before he moved on to the next round. And I'm just upset that these two didn't go over and have Samoa Joe turn on Finn Balor in the first match after. Finn having his knee fucked up, having Samoa Joe maybe, get frustrated or something. That should have been it right there, in my opinion. You guys' thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, it was a good match, but going what you were saying about Samoa Joe should turn on him, I thought with the injury with Finn Balor going on, I thought the turn was going to happen on the finals, but fortunately, that really didn't happen. But, I mean, the match was great. I mean, I was surprised, Finn Balor didn't come out with his actual body paint, but I don't think this is the type of takeover show he will put it on there. Maybe he was not defending his title or, just basically just being in the tag team tournament. And, I'm going to tell you right now, what I see in this tag team division in NXT, the tag team division in WWE looks like it has a bright future. I mean, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson are a good tag team, and we'll see more of these guys down the road in NXT and probably even in the main roster. And just like what Scott Dawson says to you, his bank account is waiting. Remember when he told you that, Skip?
Oh, yeah. I remember I was telling him, for those that don't know, WrestleMania weekend, I met Scott Dawson, and I'm like, bro, I'm waiting on you to get, more TV time. He was like, my bank account is too. So his bank account, he's definitely starting to get paid, man, on TV a little more. I definitely like that. It's just the thing is, I know Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder are going to be a tag team after the tournament. That's why I thought they should go ahead and just advance to the next round to go against another team that lost, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, who lost against Baron Corbin and Rhino. But I can say Baron Corbin and Rhino, they didn't look that bad as a team, but they went over. It was a pretty good match with them too. Chad Gable was a fucking beast. That's another team that's going to be a tag team, on a regular basis. Chad Gable and Jordan. You could have had them move on to the finals. That's just me.
I was going to say something, but let Tom speak. Let's just Tom speak this. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. I didn't think the Mechanics should have gone over. Just like I said, you have Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Like I said, the two biggest stars in NXT. It makes more sense for them to go over. But I didn't understand not putting Chad Gable and Jason Jordan in the finals against them. I understand, I understand why they wanted Baron Corbin and Rhino to win. Obviously, they are slowly building up Baron Corbin as a big threat in NXT. And you know what, Baron Corbin, he's looking better by the week. And I can say it, when he was going through just, squash matches and all that, we didn't get to see a lot from him. But, he's slowly improving. That's what...
He's definitely improving. I got to give it to him. He did well last night.
Yeah, and like I said, he keeps getting better and better. And like I said, to the people that don't have the indie or international experience, like the guys we're really familiar with, these are the opportunities that they need. And a lot of people are so quick to judge, but like I said, the Mechanics, Finn Balor Samoa Joe match, I thought was a really good opener. Perfect match to put in there. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. I like the team. They're just a bunch of hosses. They, like I said, they work a different style, so it's good to see that. Freaking Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. No matter if they're a tag team or singles wrestlers, those guys are the future. Chad Gable is so fucking good. He is a complete package. He's great in the ring. He just oozes fucking charisma. And same thing with Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan, he's got the charisma. He has the look. He has the in-ring skill. Both of these guys are so damn talented. It's going to be almost impossible because we always talk about, NXT guys going to the main roster, what's going to happen to them. It'll be almost impossible to, mess these guys up. That's how good they are. And that's not, a diss to a guy like Neville who's not being used properly currently on the main roster. But, like I said, they're so damn good. They're so damn good, and I can't wait to see more of them. And it's like I said, it's great to see. It's great to see guys like Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, guys who don't really have the indie or international fame, getting so much praise. They
do have that background, kind of like a Brock Lesnar, kind of like a Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, they have the amateur wrestling experience, which is, it's always a positive to have that. But you see it if you just look on Twitter, you look on social media, you look at the live tweets that people are pouring out, and it's just no negativity with these guys. It's just praise after praise after praise after praise, and it's just, that these guys are the future.
It's crazy because I actually praised Jordan the other day, and surprisingly, he favored my tweet. I wasn't expecting it, but I remember the first time I actually saw him in action. I thought he was a bum, to be honest with you, because he wrestled what's his name? Oscar Bull Dempsey. I thought they just threw him out there for Bull Dempsey, just to win, but it was a shocker. Another match that was a shocker. I actually thought it was a good match, and I gotta praise Dana Brooke because I thought her and Kana actually had a pretty good match. I gotta praise What?
Her name is Asuka.
Okay, but I'm gonna call her Kana.
We'll call her Asuka in the future, and don't worry. It's one of those things that you'll stop calling the old name down the road. It's all right.
Okay. Back to what I was saying. I want to praise Dana Brooke on having a good match. You know, a lot of folks, you know, basically talk down on Dana Brooke, but I thought she did. She matched pretty well with her. You know, even though she really wasn't, you know, on offense that much, but you know, the falls, you know, that she did. Basically, what I mean by falls, like, you know, and she caught her in that submission in midair. The way Dana Brooke fell, you know, like she was ready. Like I just got to give her some props in that, you know. I know you guys give Dana Brooke a lot of shit, and I want to go to Tom real quick. Your thoughts on that match?
I thought it was a really, really good debut for Asuka. She looked so dominant, and it was like the perfect debut because she looked dominant. She got all her stuff in. All the moves she was doing was all the stuff that she was doing over in Japan. You know, obviously some of the we're not going to see all of the stuff, but I saw a lot of the signature moves that she was doing over in Japan, so it was good to see that. And, you know, going to Dana Brooke, yeah, I'm giving her a lot of shit. But she definitely looked good. It's another person that's improving. And I can say that. I can say that with the utmost confidence, is that Dana Brooke is getting better. Dana Brooke, definitely, if she keeps going at the pace she is, she can become a really good diva one day. She still has a lot to work on. But like I said earlier, it comes down to this girl doesn't have as much experience as Asuka, nowhere near. So putting her in there with Asuka is just to make her better. And Asuka is just the best. I mean,
Asuka she really looked good in that match for sure.
She somehow is able to scare the shit out of you. If you watch the match and then you watch like the little post-match thing that WWE put up on their YouTube page, she could scare the shit out of you and get over, like, more over than 90% of the roster just by smiling and staring. You know, if you go on, you know, WWE's YouTube page and you look at the backstage segment they did after the match, all she had to do was just stare at Emma, give a smile, walk away. And she's over. And she scares the shit out of you because you're like, oh, I would not want to piss her off. And you heard it, you know, when Dana Brooke decided to slap Asuka, you heard the "you fucked up" chants because the crowd knew that, like, what the hell are you doing? You don't want to make Asuka angry. It's great. I can't wait to see what Asuka can do in WWE.
What do you guys think is next for her? You think a match with her and Emma, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't see a feud with her and Emma. I could see a match going on.
Yeah, I didn't say a feud, just a match.
No, I'm saying, like, maybe I didn't read too much of the spoilers of the tonight's tapings, but they might have had a match tonight.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Okay, well, as a feud-wise, that's a good question. I mean, you already took down Dana Brooks. What's next? I mean, I don't want to see her go after the title already.
Just so you know, Bayley wasn't even in action. So
Bayley wasn't in action?
I'm talking about a spoiler alert.
Oh, okay. I really don't understand what you're saying, but oh well. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. And I know Nia Jax debuted tonight on the tapings. Maybe they could put Asuka against her. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. You can't. I don't think you have to put them in the ring yet together because they both just made a debut. You don't want neither one of them to look weak.
Yeah, you can't do that now. But
who will you put in?
I think within like a year.
Emma's the best thing, I think.
Yeah. I'm thinking within it, because obviously they're going to build up Nia Jax as, like, the monster of the women's division down in NXT, and then Asuka's going to be, like, the stiff, rough and tough babyface. So I think within like a year or so, maybe a little bit longer, that's going to be one of the main feuds for the title. Not right away. I don't think they're not going to go anywhere close to each other. But like I said, that's probably going to be a big feud going forward. And who knows who else is coming in. We didn't see any debut from her at the tapings today, but people are saying that Athena was in attendance last night at TakeOver, and Athena could easily make her way in too. And there's another great women's wrestler in there, so
that's a good thing what Triple H is doing. Triple H is definitely rebuilding that women's division, since you got Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Sasha all going to the main roster. So it's definitely a good deal. He's trying to get girls that can go like those girls we're going. You already got Bayley there. Now you got Asuka. And Emma can work with anybody. And Dana Brooke for sure. I'm loving what they got going on her. So we'll see what happens. With that, let's move on real quick. Tyler Breeze against Apollo Crews. Man, Breeze is my boy. Breeze almost shocked the fucking world. And I thought he was gonna win. I really did. But fortunately, Apollo Crews came up with the victory and a new finisher. I actually like that one better than the moonsault.
Yeah, that match, I really enjoyed that match a lot. Tyler Breeze putting out the work out there, it just reminded me a little bit like Shawn Michaels. He's a smaller dude, could probably work with anybody. Shawn Michaels could probably have a good match with a broomstick. He has some Shawn Michaels in him. He can work with anybody if you put him a minute with somebody. So, him and Apollo Crews, I don't know where you got the idea of Tyler Breeze was going to win the match, but unfortunately, they look like they're going to build Apollo Crews to something.
Honestly, I would have liked to see Breeze win and have him and Apollo Crews continue their feud. To be honest with you, that's just me. But, spoiler alert, Apollo Crews is your number one contender for the NXT title. He won the Battle Royal.
Wow.
So, he's your number one contender.
They're pushing this guy, really, really quick. They're making this guy almost like a freaking, I don't want to say black version of Goldberg, but, he ain't dominating like Goldberg was, but they're really pushing this guy, really quickly.
What do you expect? It's Uha Nation, baby.
I know, and then he, like I said, he's like I said this years ago before he even joined the roster. I said when I saw him in Dragon Gate and stuff, I was thinking, how come they didn't sign this guy? Vince McMahon, look at this guy, he'll be in love with this dude. You know how the history of Vince McMahon, he loves big dudes, but he probably never seen a big dude that moves quick like a cruiserweighter. And I guess Vince saw this guy and he's like, wow, he's amazed. And maybe Vince McMahon involved with giving this huge push. So they're really pushing this guy really, really quickly. And I do like Uha, and I'm happy for him. And we'll see what his.
Oscar, I know you mentioned WWE is pushing Apollo Crews quick. But let's not forget, when Kevin Owens came in there, he got pushed to the moon quick,
Yeah, but when we saw Wuhan Nation last month, his debut on freaking TakeOver Brooklyn, did we all expect him to have that push like Kevin Owens did? Hell no. None of us didn't think that.
I get you.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Tom? That was a really good match. Both guys got all their stuff in. Tyler Breeze looked like, Apollo Crews' biggest threat thus far. Still looked really good. Apollo Crews, of course, Reno is the fucking man. You know, one of the most, versatile guys out there. And that's really all it was. Like I said, it was a really good wrestling match. I figured Apollo Crews was going to win. And it's good to see that they're really pushing this guy.
What's your thoughts on Crews winning the Battle Royal to be number one contender and probably facing Baylor at the next TakeOver?
I'm not surprised. Obviously, like I said, they're going to make this guy a big star, and I think when he gets up to the main roster, he's going to be a big star. Because he, like I said, he has the overall look. He has the physique. He can cut a promo. He has the in-ring skills. So he has everything down. There's really not a lot of weaknesses as far as Apollo Crews goes. So, why not push him? Like I said, guy is so damn talented. So don't have a problem with it. Should be a great match. And who knows? It might not even happen at the TakeOver special. It could happen because
from what I read, it's a possibility in December.
Yeah. Who knows? And like I said, Thomas is back soon. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, the main event scene in NXT is getting bigger, especially with what happened at the tapings today. The big spoiler from the tapings.
Speaking of spoilers, would you guys want to know who was the last two in the Battle Royal? I know.
I know who the final four were.
The final two is Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. You said, Kids, you were asking the next TakeOver was going to be in December, or were you just saying that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was hearing, that because December, and that's when they're going to be in London. So I believe that's the next TakeOver.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the talk of how we're having the match with Baylor and Cruz.
Yeah, and like I said, who knows what can happen? Like I said, with the Tommy coming back, who knows if he gets maybe put in there.
And let's not forget, he was in the building.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Like I said, they got a lot of talent out there, and like I said, I don't know if we should talk about the big spoiler that happened at the tapings now, or wait till after we talk about the main event.
Let's talk about it as soon as we finish, because we're almost done with the TakeOver respect. The next match was actually the finals match. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe against Baron Corbin and Rhino, and the winners are that won the Tag Team Classic was Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. Just like Tom mentioned, Baron Corbin is definitely stepping his game up on a whole other level. I gotta give the dude props. The dude's doing good. Rhino's Rhino. Rhino can work with anybody. And of course, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, we know their resume too, and those four working together was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I think with the last week I picked, I was not happy with my pick, but I was actually picking Corbin and Rhino to win the whole thing. But unfortunately, they gave it to Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. And you know what? Seeing them with that trophy kind of now made me realize, it makes sense for having them win it, because, this was an honor for Dusty Rhodes, and it would not make sense for a heel tag team to win it. You need something good out of this tournament. You're gonna have the children of Dusty Rhodes there to attend the tournament, and unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of Dusty Rhodes talk, and then it would not make sense, or it won't look good if a heel tag team win the tournament. So I think it's best to say they I think it's best when they keep, have Finn Balor and Samoa Joe winning it. So, yeah, it's great for them to win it. Finn Balor still the whole knee injury. Happy for him and Samoa Joe to, accomplish something.
Pretty
in
dope to see
NXT.
Cody Rhodes. That's Cody Rhodes, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not playing that Stardust, I usually see him, but it's great to see him. It's great to see Dustin Reynolds, and and those little girl that I believe that was the sister of those two. Yeah, it's just great to see them guys winning it, and I like these guys said earlier. Baron Corbin looked like he did improve, and hopefully he has more respect from the NXT fans. Remember, Skids who were at their show, no one gave him. He didn't give him no respect at all. They were giving him shit. He even asked you, did you boo him? So, I hope that Baron Corbin improves. Maybe he could be something.
He wants to prove the world.
road.
Like, the reason why he asked me, did you boo me? Because he wants to prove the world. Like, look, I can go with these guys too. I think he really wants to prove everybody wrong. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the only way, for him to prove it that he can go is maybe he could go on the creative team. Like, stop putting me with jobbers and having me have 15-second matches.
I haven't seen him wrestle a jobber in a minute.
I'm just saying, like, he's probably going out there telling the creative team, just put me something out there. Put me against a Tyler Breeze. Put me against, Samoa Joe. Give me 20 minutes or something, please. I want to prove them the best, and maybe he's trying to show he's out there. Because most of the majority of fans today, they don't like guys like having 15-second matches. That's so passe. It was cool back in the day when Goldberg did it, just a spear and jackhammer, and back then in the WCW fans, they were fucking going nuts because he did a spear just doing the fucking bell rings. The timing is different. People want to see longer matches. And Baron Corbin probably realized that he wants to improve, and that's what he's doing. He seems like he's improving, and hopefully down the road he can be something that we can say, damn, you know what, he's good. He's really, really good.
Definitely. You want to chime in on that matchup, Tom?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, it was a good match, another good match. I liked how they played off Finn Balor's injury. Definitely, like I said, it was good storytelling. He definitely sold that. So, nothing more.
Something we didn't mention, going back to that Corbin Rhino against Gable and Jason Jordan match, that ending. The way he did the end of days on Jack Gable,
oh my God!
Cry.
That was insane. That was the best end of days he had that Baron Corbin's done easily, without doubt.
Yeah.
But and we were talking last week about who should win this tournament, and it makes sense to have Finn Balor and Samoa Joe win it. Like I said, two of the top guys right now in NXT, and this was a prestigious tournament, in honor of Dusty Rhodes, and you want to have the two best guys out there. So, and honestly, I wouldn't have had a problem with whoever won. Whoever won, it doesn't really, it's not really a big deal. Like I said, it was just in honor of Dusty Rhodes, which is, it was a good thing. That's what this whole tournament was about. So, in the post-match stuff, with Cody and Goldust being out there, some emotional stuff. But, and, it's good. Like I said, it was a good honor. It was good to see, Cody being out there and, recognizing, honoring his father even more. And, these guys busted their asses, and they did it all in the name of Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, definitely. Now, how about these two girls, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Iron Man match. Praise to both ladies. What a matchup. I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of started off a little slow, but then the girls picked it up later on. I got to give praise to Sasha Banks as one of the top heels out of the females. Made the little girl cry from taking her. Wow. Like, I've never seen a wrestler make a kid cry in a WWE at least.
You know what? Her parents got to be wrestling fans, because I remember it happened over here, not down the street, over there in Anaheim. I think when Alberto Patron was part of WWE, or when he was Real Del Rio, he did something like that to a fan, and the parents complained, and WWE had a negative vibe about that. And
that's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Like, you go to a wrestling show and, like, come on. Like, the heels are supposed to be heels, and the faces are supposed to be the faces, you know. That's how it's supposed to be. But
yeah.
I think, you know, the little girl, her name is Izzy, I think she understands, you know, like I said, she's just a big Bayley fan. The parents understand that, you know, Sasha was just doing her job. I like to think that Sasha was doing that for good old Chuck E. T, because, you know, Chuck Taylor's known to make kids cry. So I think she was doing it for him. That's what I like to think. But I'm sorry. Like I said, all the love to Sasha Banks. No one can beat Chuck Taylor as far as making kids cry.
All I got to say, that was awesome. That was definitely awesome.
It was great heel work, and especially because, like, it was good to see such great heel work, especially because, you know, the Full Sail crowd is so split on Bayley and Sasha. As soon as Sasha did that, like, the people were like, all right, Bayley's got to win this now. It wasn't a 50-50 split anymore. It was like, all right, Bayley has to win this.
Yeah. But those two girls, like, they went all out when they were outside the ring. When fucking Sasha threw Bayley into the wall, you know, by the entranceway, that shit was crazy. She got a win off that. I believe she also got a win off a roll up. And Bayley did a counter move and got the belly to belly on Sasha, and I believe she also rolled up Sasha too to get her W. But those girls definitely worked their asses off, and I thought Bayley was gonna do that spot, that reverse hurricanrana again, but unfortunately it didn't happen. If that happened, bro, I would have ran outside. Literally, I would have fucking ran outside. Cause those girls are workers, bro, workhorses. You know, I mean, when do you talk about females being workhorses? You know, it's more. That's like a rare thing, you know. And I really got very emotional at the end of the show. You know, when everybody came out, you know, after Bayley got the win, you know, and everybody came out in the locker. You know, everybody was standing there and they had flowers for the girls. I literally got emotional. Like, I usually don't get emotional, you know, watching matches. I think the last time I got emotional was when Sting beat Hulk Hogan finally for the WCW title, and I was like 12 years old back then. I actually cried that that match a fucking long time ago, but I definitely got that emotional last night. Like, dude, like, shout out to both those girls. And the real reason why Sasha was really crying, because she knew that was her last NXT match, and you know, she did it with Bayley, who's like one of her best friends.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, they probably had hundreds of matches in that ring, in that building. I mean, I remember watching NXT having those two just having a match there, and they end up main eventing TakeOver. You know, whoever thought a women's match ever main event any WWE show, you know, or I say any big WWE show. You know, we've seen some women matches main event Raw before, but never in a big show like TakeOver. Who knows? Maybe a WWE pay-per-view it can happen. You can't say never in this business.
Yeah, and I know we always talk about, you know, the divas, in the WWE Women's Division in NXT. But I really feel like I don't know why, but I'm really hoping Vince steps down ASAP because Triple H is going to change some things in that women's division, dude. Like, if you go back and watch that NXT panel, like, he does not like the whole diva shit. Like, he really wants these girls to go. He feels like the girls are being misused. He said that on the WWE 24 also. So I really see some changes soon. If not now, it's going to happen soon.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be tough for them to kind of top the match at Brooklyn. I mean, I like both matches. It's, you know, I see people saying the Brooklyn match was better. I
think it was too.
Matches. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's just all a matter of, you know, what you like better. Both matches were fucking great. I think that's the overall point. This had such great storytelling. Just like the first match they had. Tons of emotion, tons of great spots. Like I said, two great back-to-back matches. So you can go either way. It's just a matter of your own personal opinion, but it's just they're both on par with each other as far as great women's wrestling matches and great, you know, a great wrestling match in general. And like you said, it's right after, you know, I didn't actually cry, but it's tough, man. It was so emotional after, you know. You know, Sasha was, you know, legitimately breaking down, and so was Bayley, and you feel that.
Sarah Del Rey had to pick her up.
Yeah, and when you see that true emotion coming out from the wrestlers, no matter if it's male or female, you know, that's what invests you into professional wrestling. You see that and you feel it when you're watching it. So, you know, that's what it's about. And like I said, great stuff, great main event, great way to end a very good takeover special. You know, you guys
watched the W24, right? The NXT one, right?
Yeah, I saw it. It was good.
Yeah,
I think I'm not sure when. If it's not the W24, I believe it was the NXT panel. Triple H wanted Sasha to break kayfabe when she won her title. Like, he wanted her to cry, but she didn't, you know. She basically stayed into character.
Yeah. I remember hearing that, but I wasn't sure if he said in the panel or the 24. But I remember when you said that, it kind of made my mind. He did say that, but I don't remember what show it was.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was an overall good show. There really wasn't a bad match. Every match had a purpose. Got to see a lot of variety in there. And you know, I said on Monday that this might have been one of the weaker NXT shows just based on the card, but it delivered. It delivered 100%. It was another great show. The one thing I can't wait for the London one, just so they get out of Full Sail. Full Sail, like, at times they can be good, but there's so many times they just piss me off. Like, why does Full Sail University crowd insist on chanting every 10 seconds? Like,
you know, they pissed me off on a couple of things. Didn't they put cheer Save the Tables in one of the match?
Yeah, something like that. They feel like they have to get themselves over, you know.
They really don't.
Not you know, these fans are supposed to, you know, pride themselves on being, you know, smart fans, and they're supposed to pride themselves on, you know, knowing the wrestlers and being respectful and all that. But it's just like, you don't need to sort of chant every, you know, 10 seconds. You don't need to try and come up with these clever chants to make yourself look like a bunch of geniuses. Sit there, enjoy the match. When a high spot comes, you pop,
You can do a chant. You know,
it's funny because before we came on air, I was like, watch time go off on the fucking fans. Because I heard them saying save the tables. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where's the fucking New Day? Where's the Dudley Boys at?
Horrible. Like, I can't wait until we start doing all the shows away from fucking Full Sail. That Full Sail crowd is just, you know, you could tell the difference. The Brooklyn crowd wasn't there to get themselves over. A lot of the times they will be, but for that NXT show, they were there to see a great fucking product because they saw great wrestling throughout the whole night. You know, when we watch like Monday Night Raw, and then you'll see, you know, the big wrestling cities like New York, Chicago, LA, Philly, when they do the JBL chants or you know, the typical chants we see the night after WrestleMania. They do that because they're dissatisfied with what's going on in the ring or whatever. But you look at NXT Brooklyn, they were going off on everything. They were loving everything. They were clapping. They weren't doing stupid chants, you know. The one thing that they did was Full Sail sucks, but I think that was warranted.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But other than that, like I said,
pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna say like this: whoever from Full Sail listen to WrestlingHeads Radio, just cool it down just a little bit. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
All I gotta say, I think now it's time for NXT to start doing takeovers outside. Like, they don't really need to do them in Full Sail. You know, you sold out the Barclays Center doing a takeover. I mean, why not go to Chicago? Why not go to LA? You know, I'm pretty sure you can sell them out there too.
They will. I think, you know, they'll do like.
I really plan on. It's funny that you mentioned that, Oscar, because I really plan on. I know it's still early. I really plan on going to New York next year for SummerSlam, and maybe hit up that NXT and that SummerSlam show. So.
Yeah, and you know what I see happening is they'll do one takeover special in Full Sail, the next one outside of Full Sail, and then going back to Full Sail, and then going outside of Full Sail. You know, kind of switching back and forth. So we'll see.
Yeah, but, I think they'll do it. But how about James Storm, y'all?
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Fucking great. I mean, you know, I see so many people shitting on this because everyone's like, oh, well, you didn't pay attention to James Storm and TNA, and all of a sudden in WWE you care about him. Hey, take a listen. James Storm was being so underutilized in TNA. He's a former world champion, yes, but that was a couple of years ago. Now, the guy, like I said, for the past 3 years, he was doing some great stuff, but he wasn't getting any world title pushes. He was kind of just stuck in the mid-card thing with the Revolution. And he wanted out of there because he saw that TNA.
I thought he stepped up as a heel.
Yeah, that was one of the bright spots of the TNA with that whole Revolution thing. You know, he made you believe that he was this big cult leader, and it was such a weird transition because we know James Storm is, you know, the beer guzzling, you know, redneck that we've seen for so many years. So to make that transition was phenomenal. But it's just, obviously you saw that James Storm was unhappy being in TNA because he saw that the ship was sinking, and he said, I'm going to get out of here.
Who the fuck is in NXT? I mean, not NXT, but who the fuck is in TNA as of right now? Like the originals. AJ's gone. Austin Aries is gone.
The only originals I think that are still left is Eric Young and Bobby Roode. I think that's it.
Damn, everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Like the promotion is ass, bro. And Matt Hardy giving up his title. What the fuck is next for them?
Oh my
you know what? I don't even want to get into them, dude. Let's not even get into them. Let's finish. Let's talk about some New Japan real quick because I know we are close to ending the show. Let's go down this card real quick and we can end the show.
Yeah. You want me to do it?
I got the card here, but we could both talk.
All right. Well, I'll start it off. First match on the card, it's a big 10-man tag. It's probably going to be a dark match, but it may appear on the show. Of course, this is King of Pro Wrestling, live on New Japan World. The first ever time that a New Japan Pro Wrestling event on New Japan World is going to be having English commentary with Kevin Kelly and Matt Striker. So definitely something to look out for. It's going to be a big event. Like I said, it's going to draw in a bunch of new fans with the English commentary like Wrestle Kingdom 9 did. So let's get into this card. So 10-man tag, we got David Finlay, Jay White, Juice Robinson, a.k.a. CJ Parker, Sho Tanaka, and Yohei Komatsu, taking on Jushin Thunder Liger, Kushida, Mascara Dorada, Reisuke Taguchi, and Tiger Mask. Basically, a lot of the young lions going against the older, experienced guys, some of the high flyers. Just a way to get the young lions and some of the other mid to undercard guys onto the show. It should be interesting though. To anybody that's never seen New Japan, you got to see all the young lions. David Finlay,
I like
Jay
White and David Finlay. Yeah,
and look out for Yohei Komatsu too and Sho Tanaka. I'm a really big fan of Yohei Komatsu. He's going to be a big star within a couple years. They're building him up pretty good. And of course, Kushida's in there, Dorada's in there. Liger's always fun to see. So should be an entertaining 10-man tag to start off the show.
Definitely good. How about Hanama versus Yoshihashi?
Yoshihashi. Yeah, it's going to be Hanma versus Yoshihashi. Of course, Yoshihashi representing Chaos, and of course Hanma's had his run-ins with Chaos in the past, like Ishii, Nakamura, and all that. So it's good to see Hanma getting a one-on-one match here on a big event like King of Pro Wrestling. So, like I said, the crowd's going to pop big.
He did good in G1. Him and Michael Elgin.
Yeah, like I said, even last year's G1, going into this year's G1, Hanma's been great. He is so over. And like I said, to a lot of new fans, Hanma's the ultimate underdog. You're going to see it, but you're going to see how entertaining this guy is. And it's like I said, it's a perfect matchup because Yoshihashi can go. Give him the rub. I expect Hanma to go over. So it should be fun to see.
Definitely. How about this 8-man tag? Captain New Japan, Goto, Shibata, my boy Kota Ibushi, against Tenza, Kojima. Help me out with these names, bro.
So it's going to be Hiroshi Tenzan, Manabu Nakanishi, Satoshi Kojima, and Yuji Nagata. So obviously the three big names on the first team, Goto, Shibata, and Ibushi, some of the top guys in the company. And I don't know why Captain New Japan's in there. Guy's a little bit of a comedy act.
Fucking
a little
Captain
bit
New Japan.
But, he's Captain New Japan, so whatever. And they're, going against a lot of the older guys, the veterans. Tenzan's been around for a while. Nakanishi as well. Kojima's been around forever, and just like Yuji Nagata. So it's kind of the current guys minus Captain New Japan going against a lot of the old veterans. So should be interesting to see. I don't know what they're going to be doing with this, because, like I said, King of Pro Wrestling is definitely leading. It's going to be the start of the build-up for Wrestle Kingdom 9. So this could be an indication. Maybe Shibata and Ishii get into something. Shibata and Goto maybe get into something. Even though we've seen that in the past, and they won the tag team titles at Wrestle Kingdom 9, so who knows what happens with that. Maybe they go back after the title.
But isn't Ishii in a match with Maccabi for the never open heavyweight title?
Yep.
Togi Makabe and Tomohiro Ishii for the Never Openweight title. I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to this. I've seen this way too many times. They need to stop relying on this match.
This might be it right here.
Yeah, like they need to freaking quit with this match.
I feel like this show right here there's a couple of matches that's gonna be it. Like, of course, like Okada and Styles this is gonna be the last match for them.
Yeah. So hopefully this is the last match between Makabe and Ishii. Like I said, it should still be a good match. It's probably not going to be as great as it possibly can be. I don't know. Maybe they'll go all out and it could be the best match. Who knows? But speaking of the titles, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles are on the line. Red Dragon. Going against Roppongi Vice, Beretta, and Rocky Romero. Good to see a one-on-one match. Like I said, all of us has been complaining about all these multi-man tag matches we see in every promotion. I mean, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan. So it's good to see a nice one-on-one tag match for the title.
Yeah, you already know what Red Dragon can do. They both just had two big matches. Bobby Fish against Jay Lethal at the last Ring of Honor Big Show. Kyle O'Reilly also faced Jay Lethal, so they both just got some big matches. And it looks like Kyle O'Reilly's gonna.
I was gonna say, who do you guys think is winning this? Do you think Roppongi Vice takes the straps from them, or Red Dragon retains?
I think Rocky and Beretta might take these. I think it's kind of for Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to focus more on Ring of Honor.
I think it makes more. I think it makes more sense if Rocky and Trent does walk out with the tag straps. They're been killing it, not only Ring of Honor but everywhere, New Japan, and I think it's time for them to carry those straps.
Speaking of Beretta and Rocky Romero, I'm pretty sure we'll talk about this next week, but they'll both be at Evolve.
Oh, yeah. Two big Evolve shows coming up next weekend, which we'll probably talk about. But, I see RPG Vice taking the titles away from Red Dragon. Roppongi Vice, they got the titles earlier in the year, but they only held them for like a month and a half. So hopefully a longer title reign is coming for them. Cause
did they change the name of their tag team?
No. It's Roppongi Vice, RPG Vice, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, okay.
So another title match on the card, of course, IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, Matt Sydal, Kenny Omega.
That's going to be a good match. That's going to be one of those sleepers right there. That could be match of the night right there.
Yeah, I think so as well. They had a match at Bola last year, and it was a very, very good match. I don't know if we're going to see the same exact stuff that was from that match at PWG last year, but it should still be really good. Like I said, Sydal is on top of his game. Kenny Omega is Kenny Omega, so he can always bring a good match. I'm guessing we're all taking Kenny Omega on this one.
If Matt Sydal takes that would be awesome. You never know. We might be surprised here. Because Matt Sydal is... It would be nice to see Kenny Omega, but I wouldn't complain if Matt Sydal goes over as a surprise. Yeah.
What do you think, Doctor?
Huh?
Matt Sydal when he... Huh?
No, I think he has to be on one fight. I think I already said it, Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega probably won, though.
Yeah. Well, moving on, big six-man tag. We got the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, taking on Kazushi Sakuraba, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Toru Yano. Obviously, the big thing of this match is going to be leading into Carl Anderson versus Nakamura.
Real quick, I'm sorry to rush you, but we got like a minute left, so
I'm gonna go really fast. So, leading up to Anderson and Nakamura, IC title, probably a power struggle. Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito. It's going to be a match for the IWGP heavyweight title at the Tokyo Dome. Tanahashi putting on it again. And, of course, like we mentioned, AJ Styles and Okada for that IWGP heavyweight title.
Definitely. We want to thank Thunder Rosa and Joey Kaos once again for coming on the show. Thanks for everybody listening. Follow us on Twitter at WrestlingHeads. I'm WHGist at Sinister632, and that is tweet me, right?
That's right.
Follow us all on Twitter and YouTube.com/WrestlingHeads, ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingHeads, and we're outro. Peace.